Welcome back, everyone. I'm really glad you're joining us today. So for this explainer, we're zeroing in on something every single one of us has experienced, usually with a whole lot of dread, right? Rejection. But we're completely reframing how we look at it today. We're going to see how to transform rejection from a dead end into the exact mechanism that actually creates new opportunities. Okay, let's dive into this.
I want us to just slow down for a second and really absorb this thought. Rejection doesn't mean you're not enough. It means that door wasn't yours. Picture yourself standing in front of this massive, heavy, completely closed door. We've literally all been there. It is a deeply painful, isolating feeling to just have a door shut right in your face, whether it's a job you wanted, a relationship, or a social circle. But what we usually fail to see in that moment of, total despair is the other path right beside us, a path marked by a door that's just slightly ajar, with warm light spilling out. One path ends, yes, but that closed door is actually the universe's way of redirecting you to a door that's genuinely open for you.
Section 1. The Sting of Rejection. So, when that first door slams shut, your brain actually treats the rejection exactly like physical pain. It's a physiological reality. Which brings us to a really fascinating biological fact. You should let that rejection sting for exactly 90 seconds. Don't fight it. Don't try to, toxic positivity your way right out of it. Actually feel it. Let that initial wave of physical and emotional pain wash over you for a minute and a half. That's the exact time it takes for that initial chemical rush to process completely through your body. Let it sting, but don't let it stick.
And the way we keep it from sticking is by naming it. The very second you hit that 90-second mark, you name the feeling to strip away its power. You say to yourself, I feel disappointed, not defeated. This is absolutely your vital first step in moving forward. You're acknowledging the disappointment because it's real, it's totally valid, but without letting it define your entire identity as a defeat.
Section 2. The Fitting In Trap.
Why does a closed door hurt us so deeply? Well, it really comes down to our wiring. We're a social species. We are absolutely desperate to find our place. But the trap is thinking we have to mold ourselves to everyone else's expectations. And this brilliantly illustrates the difference between what we think we need and what we actually need. Look at the contrast here. Fitting in requires changing who you are just to be accepted. Honestly, it's a recipe for absolute exhaustion. Belonging, on the other hand, that requires being exactly who you are and finding the specific place where that authentic self is valued. The reason rejection hurts so much is that we treat it as a failure to fit in, when really it's just a sign that we haven't found where we belong yet.
Section 3. Rejection as pure data.
To make this massive intellectual pivot, we really have to stop taking a closed door personally. We've got to shift from raw emotion to focused analysis. So, the crucial point is this. Rejection is data. It is not identity. It's simply a lack of compatibility. Look, if you don't vibe with a certain group or if a company passes on your application, it isn't a failure. It absolutely doesn't mean your worth is somehow diminished. It almost always comes down to an issue with fit or timing. We have to start looking at a no as pure, actionable information rather than, a judgment on our soul.
So the next time you face a rejection, I want to challenge you to investigate. Ask yourself, what was actually rejected here? Was it my idea? Was it just the wrong timing? Or was it simply a mismatch in fit? Almost every single time the rejection falls into one of those first three buckets, it's almost never an actual rejection of me. Once you realize that, it's like a weight lifts. You completely free yourself to learn from the data and just adjust your approach.
Section 4. Steps to Authentic Confidence.
Right, so how do we actually engineer the internal security we need to handle those closed doors without constantly seeking external validation? Well, it starts with these core foundations. First, define your core values. Really identify what matters to you, whether that's honesty, creativity, ambition, whatever it is. When your actions align with your values, you project this unshakable certainty, and suddenly, external judgments lose their power. Second, shift your focus outward. Social anxiety usually comes from worrying about what people think of you. So practice active listening instead. Be a safe space for others, make them feel valued, and they'll naturally want to include you. And third, you've got to let go of universal approval. Just accept the fundamental reality that not everyone is going to like you. Ironically enough, society respects people a lot more when they have boundaries and don't just blindly agree with the crowd to please them.
And remember, confidence isn't just in your head. It's heavily influenced by your body. Your mind actually takes cues from your physical posture. You can quickly engineer confidence just by taking up your rightful space in the room. Keep those shoulders back, head up. Make natural eye contact to show you're engaged and completely unintimidated. And this is a big one. Slow down. Speak at a measured, deliberate pace. Rushing is a massive signal of nervousness. Move deliberately, and your brain is going to follow suit.
Section 5, stepping through new doors. Let's move to and see how this builds into taking some really positive action.
Okay, so we've processed the sting, gathered the data, and built our confidence. Now it's time to take action. Remember, society is not just one giant, intimidating monolith. It's literally a collection of thousands of smaller communities. To step through a new door, you need to seek out your specific tribe based on your genuine interests. Maybe it's a local sports league, a professional network, a gaming community. Lean into what you actually like. And then, step 2, show up consistently. Real belonging doesn't just happen overnight. It takes repeated, low-pressure interactions to build that familiarity you need to feel truly secure in a group.
Now, if you take only one rule away for how to handle the immediate aftermath of a rejection, let it be this. Redirect, don't ruminate. Within 24 hours of a closed door, do one small action that proves to your brain that you are still moving forward. Apply for a different rule. Text a different friend. Ship the next project. Because momentum beats self-pity every single time. Action is literally the antidote to despair.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that when you look at the entire picture, every single no you hear is literally just clearing the path. It's making space for a yes that actually fits you. If you just stand there staring at the closed door, you're never going to see the glowing archways of potential right there on the horizon. Keep your heart open to new possibilities, but critically, keep your feet moving forward.
I want to leave you with a thought to reflect on today. Think about your own journey. That shift from exhausting yourself trying to fit in to simply bringing your authentic self to the table and actually belonging. Ask yourself right now, what is one specific social situation, maybe at the workplace, a party, or meeting new friends, where you currently feel the most pressure to fit in? Identify it, and then ask yourself which door you actually need to be walking through instead. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.